was a nice quick intro.
I like that intro.
Welcome back. Y'all thought we was gone, but we back. Hey, everybody. Hey, Shahida. Hey, Chris.
We back.
You guys still do microphone?
No, this is my pop solo. My glow pop solo, but I didn't turn it on.
Oh.
Yeah, I was lazy. Anyway, listen, folks, we done took a little hiatus because, it is summer. And we had a little break and we did some things, hung out, did some things. And but now we're back because you know what? The new season, Married at First Sight, is back in San Diego. We talked all kinds of mad shit after Boston about we're done. I know I was done. I'm like, we ain't coming back.
I wasn't done.
The streets was calling us. Oh, I was done. But then the streets, thankful for our little base, our little teeny tiny base that loves us. Hopefully we will continue to grow. Our base was on my ass and on our page and IG. Like, y'all got to come back because we love watching y'all. Our comments on our YouTube channel. It was friggin' awesome. But we have a new background with our San Diego, the Pacific Ocean, and the pier. Mm-hmm. I know that looks familiar to you, Chris. We have to give a shout out before we get started. We have to shout out Shahida and myself. We traveled to Broadway. So shout out to Chris's sister and our sister from another Mr. Miss Vanessa Williams. The Queen killed it in POTUS. If you ain't seen it, it's about to be over with. I think in the next couple of weeks?
In August.
It's about to be over. So if you have not taken your ass to New York to see POTUS, I suggest you do because the shit was
really is laugh out loud funny. It was hilarious.
Rachel Dratch, big shout out to Rachel Dratch because Rachel Dratch, give that bitch all her flowers because she is friggin' incredible. And the other one, I forgot the lady. I forgot the woman's name that played the president's second hand.
Yeah, she was the mom from Transformers. I don't know her name, but she was so freaking good.
She was good. Yes, they both earned them Tonys, or did they win, or were they just nominated?
Nominated.
Well, they earned them nominations because they were good.
And all right, so because I was like, how's this going to be funny? I mean, when people say it's really funny, and you see all the clips and everything, you're like, it's good. And I always expect when I go to a show that I'm not going to laugh out loud, but I will chuckle and enjoy. This one, I laughed out loud and did more laughing than chuckling.
And it was my full disclosure. It was my first ever Broadway show. So I'm glad that, I was a virgin and I got to see her.
On a big musical Broadway show.
Yes, I'm more of a musical. Like I want to see like a chorus line and be like one singular sensation. I guess what's that one with what's his name? I can't remember, but what is it? The Music Man? Isn't that a musical?
Mm-hmm.
With Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman.
I'm going to see Company it's a Stephen Sondheim show with my mother next week.
Here in LA, or are you coming home?
In New York.
What's it called?
So you're fitting to be here, and you just now telling us?
He's such a.
We keep a folks. We have a standing family group text, and I'm sorry, I don't need to scroll because I don't even remember
when though
being told
when.
I'm going for a week.
When, bro?
Wednesday night, and I'm leaving that following Tuesday or Wednesday.
So
so you'll be coming over the weekend.
So you're coming this upcoming Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like a typical man, wait till the fucking last minute.
Oh, okay, never mind. Because I'm going away the next weekend, so I will be here. I was gonna say that's messed up, but okay.
Shahida, you want to take an Amtrak ride?
Yes, I do. You didn't have to finish.
Okay. I think we should do an Amtrak ride next weekend. Not this weekend, but okay, Chris, we're gonna have to get this offline and talk about schedules because we know you gets around. You got people to visit and things to see and shit. So
round we go. I get around. Round and round. Okay, let's go.
Let's get into it. So, all right, San Diego, Married at First Sight. let me just give you the rundown. We got 5 couples.
First of all, Married at First Sight, if you're listening,
Oh,
the 3-hour shows, I can't do them anymore. I mean,
Let's write it down.
Slog, it's too much. I don't need to see, the wedding dress stuff. Let them pick their wedding dresses. Fine, that's great. It looks great on you. If there's any drama, fine. But I don't need to see all the extra. It's like they put all the bonus scenes in the damn show, as opposed to, if you want to watch extras, here's another hour for you to watch.
Like, I don't even want to see the scenes where they tell their family, unless there is some drama popping up.
Right, unless something happens, yes.
Jesus, see, outside, here comes the wind, and my light just fell. And truly. Damn it. All right, whatever. I'll have to get that later. Anyway.
So they got to cut down. It's just so long.
And it's not just
I don't want to fast forward to miss something, but I'm like,
I will fast forward and I don't give a rap. Oh, but you know what? I didn't watch any of it, so I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let you guys talk, because when it came on, I have gotten back into Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, we can't even talk about that because I can't watch that shit. Fuck that. I'm sorry. I'm over that. I have to draw a line. You don't draw the line at Sister Wives, but you draw the line at Beverly Hills. Come on. I'm about to draw the line with Sister Wives too, because I'm so far behind that I just can't. And I just don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Anyway, all right. So we got 5 couples.
Some interesting couples.
Interesting. We've got. Let's just talk. I'm gonna run them down, and we're not gonna focus on all of them because we'll talk about the couple that got married, and there's some other things I want to talk about too. So we got Lindy. We got one couple that got married on this episode. There was a wedding.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I didn't see the end of it. Then I'm halfway through it.
Well, I guess I have to. Oh God, then I guess I have to fill everyone in. Anyway,
which couple got married?
Alexis and Justin. Big, tall Justin.
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about that. So, Justin is 6'8".
Yep.
A brother, 6'8". But when you think of 6'8" brother, you don't think of Justin, I would say.
No.
He seems really seems like a really nice guy. A little soft around the edges, so to speak, I would say.
Very effeminate. I'm just gonna put it out there. He's very effeminate.
He's just,
and the only reason why I can say that without shade, there's no shade. He's very effeminate because that's what everybody's been talking about on the pages, on the social media. It's like he's tall, and that's just about it. Like he is. Yeah, you're right. He's soft around the edges.
He's very, very emotional and soft, and he's paired with another woman who's 6'1".
Yeah,
who's a solid, athletic 6'1" woman,
thicker than a snicker.
Brown skin, pretty girl. Has some attitude, has some grip to her. But I don't know if.
Let me look these people up.
All I'm gonna say with regard to Justin is I don't know who told Justin he was the kitty's titties at one point in his life, because I give it to him. He got confidence, but he got a little bit too much confidence. Like he a little cocky. Like
he's been celibate for a year and a half because he hasn't found the right woman. And most women want to just use him because they want to know if he's packing. That's what he said. That's
what he keeps saying. They just want to know if I got the D, if I'm packing. And I'm like, bro, like, yes.
You can tell from that picture that's kind of like.
Is he American? Is he black?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's from Alabama.
Yeah. Okay. And his brother, and one of the things, but his brother,
his brother raised him.
Did not approve of him doing this, and not talks down to him, but is not supportive at all.
No, but in full disclosure, because neither one of you saw the wedding, his brother came around. Like they had it out at the bachelor party, and the brother left, and then the cameras followed the brother and wanted to know how he felt, blah blah whatever, and the brother was just like, he doesn't know what he's doing, whatever. So apparently behind the scenes, not on the show, they had to come to Jesus and talk to each other. And now they were fine. So his brother showed up to the wedding with his mother, their mother, and they hashed it out. And the brother, when all I'm going to say this, you have to watch the wedding, because I will say I was nervous. I was sweating like bullets, because I was like, when she turns that corner and sees him, I was thinking it was going to be but I'm a good person moment, where she was going to see him and be like, you know that bitch, what's her face from last season? I'm not even going to say her name, but I thought it was going to be that. But they had a really beautiful wedding. Oh, good. It was about as good. Armani and Woody set the bar. I'm just going to say that. But they come right behind Armani and Woody's. Their banter back and forth with each other was absolutely incredible. And when I tell you, I'm gonna own it. When she read her vows to him, I literally was crying. Like, the shit that she said to him, and you're marrying a stranger, like, I don't know you, I don't know what to say, I'm just gonna say the basics. That bitch went straight for the friggin' emotional. That bitch went in.
Wow.
And he went in too. He wasn't as his vows were great, but his wasn't as good as hers. But both of them, it was, oh my God, it was a really, 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 really beautiful. When I tell you, it was like church. That's all I'm gonna say, because their guests, when she was reading her vows, you could hear people like, amen, yep, all you heard was yes. And then they showed his brother full on crying. When I tell you, there was people full on blubbering at this wedding.
That's good to know, because I was worried about.
I was worried too. And then after they got married, like, it didn't show the reception, it just showed them get married, and then them walk down the aisle and sit down, and then having, they have the champagne and they have the conversation, trying to catch up, getting to know each other. That was a little, it was good, but it was still a little, like, you can tell,
stilted.
It was kind of like she was seeing some things that you could tell by her body language and her face. He kept high-fiving her a lot, and he was like, girl, and high-fiving, and she's like, oh, no, you don't have to high-five me. That was annoying to her. Him, on the other hand, he was full in. Like, all he kept saying was, if I had to imagine my wife married at first sight, it would be her. He is full in sprung after this episode.
That's cute. She's 6'1"?
Yeah.
And she said, all I want is a tall man.
Yep. And when she saw him, she was like, I want it tall, but she's like, you're tall. And he is.
He, as a woman who only dates tall men, he is tall. Michael was 6'7", but he does look a little effeminate. He does look very.
Listen, when you watch it, you're gonna see it.
Does he sound it?
A little bit. And his mannerisms, like his facial expressions, things that, when he's talking, and his body, movements and stuff, he's very effeminate.
It seems like,
and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying he's very effeminate. And I thought that was going to be problematic for her, because she's a woman, woman's woman, but she's kind of like, I'm playing tag football with my homies, and
he looks like a tomboy.
Yeah.
She's a total tomboy.
It looks like a tomboy.
They're both, the reverse of what you would think, but maybe it can work. We'll see. We'll see about that.
But I'm never impressed by the weddings. I have not seen one wedding where I was like, oh my God, they seem so in love.
You're going to like that wedding.
I've never been impressed.
Johnny and Val was pretty good.
Yeah, Johnny and Val's wedding was good.
The only reason I like theirs, I was impressed by theirs, was because they brought the cultural element into it. And like New Orleans, I like some of the vows. Some of them are very, but it always takes such a drastic turn from that day to like 4 days later. So I'm not impressed by weddings anymore.
Don't get me wrong. Now, when you watch it, it's the basic married at first sight wedding. Mm-hmm. What got me was their interactions with each other.
Right.
Like when they both found out that they are dog lovers and they both have dogs that they treat like their children, they were like, what? And she was like, oh my God. And he was like jumping up, like doing a little jump up and down dance and stuff, which I thought was cute. And everybody was like, oh my God. But when I tell you, it was the vows for me.
Yeah.
When it got to them looking at each other and reading the vows to each other, I was like, I couldn't have wrote that. What she said to him, I couldn't have wrote that for a man that I had probably been dating for 9 years, and then we decided to get married. I'd just be like, I do. Let's just do this shit.
See what she said. So I can copy.
It was really good. Tugged at the heartstrings, and when I tell you, she took it to church when people was like, hell, oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. So who else was it? Who else was that?
That was it. That was the only wedding.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the episode, again, we didn't show the reception. This episode was basically all about them, the bachelorette party. Mm-hmm. It was about wedding dress picking, which I can do without. But apparently, Steve Moy done started a whole new trend with the whole product placement, because remember when last season he was on that website? I think it was Fred Allen or John Allen or whatever, buying Noi her engagement ring.
Yeah.
Talk about product placement, because now all of the guys, that was a new scene where all of the guys was sitting with their buddy or their friends or their family member on that website, and it was just as clear as day. They showed the whole website, and they bought their rings. They bought the women's.
That's the show. That's the show.
Yeah, I think that's the show.
They bought the women's wedding bands, and now they're buying them engagement rings now. So when Justin and Alexis, before they got married, Justin sent her, a pre-wedding present. And I'm sure it's going to happen for all of them, because they showed all the guys buying an engagement ring, designing it, buying it, and I'm sure the show bought it, but whatever. And the wedding bands too. And somebody delivered the package at Alexis before she was about to get married, and it was the engagement ring. And she was like, "Oh my God, he got me an engagement ring!" And yep,
so that's
put the engagement ring on.
That's a new one.
So that's new. We also have Dr. Viviana is no longer here.
Right.
And as we know from the selection show, they're bringing in, what's her name? I don't know. I've never heard of her. Her name is Dr. She's a doctor. I'm assuming a relationship, probably a psychologist, Dr. Pia Holick. And then, Devon Franklin, that was married to Megan Good. So you already know I got words about that, because I'm like, bruh. Why
like every episode, or are they just going to do a episode? Because I think I read that they were only doing 8. Well, I know him only doing 8 episodes, but that didn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Either you're in. I mean, so when are they going to bring him in? I have no idea, but we'll just have to wait and see. But again, like you said, Chris, in the beginning, 3 hours is way too long, because I literally it took me basically half the day to watch it, because I just can't sit there and watch it, even though I record it and I fast forward through the commercials. It's just way too long. We don't need to see the bachelor or bachelorette parties, because these bachelor and bachelorette parties are straight trash, and I don't care to see.
Beverly Hills is on.
Yeah, I guess. But we talking about Married at First Sight San Diego. We can get rid of the wedding. We can get rid of the wedding pick selection. I don't care to watch that. I'd rather just see what dress they picked when they're on wedding day.
Exactly.
We can even get rid of when they tell their parents or friends that they're getting married in 2 weeks, unless somebody shows out.
It's just let's get to the weddings or get to the relationships.
Yeah. Because we already know that next week's episode is going to be another 3 hours, and they're going to prolong it because we've got I want to talk about Kristen and Mitch. Mitch is the Save the Environment person.
Yeah, so there's a dude who's 41.
Yeah.
Save the environment type of thing, and she's
in sales. She does sales. Yep, that's them. Mm-hmm. She's in sales and she makes 6 figures, but she doesn't care. Money's not a problem.
As long as he's passionate.
Right. As long as he has passion. But the reason why I brought up Kristen is because they showed the preview. Apparently, Kristen has not told her. She's told everybody she's getting married, except her dad. She's extremely close with her father, so she's setting her father up to show up on wedding day. She told her dad to just show up with a suit, and then she's gonna sit him down, like literally an hour before the wedding, and say, I need you to walk me down the aisle," which I just find that's problematic to me. Because
that doesn't sound like you're close with your dad. Yeah, I could never do that.
But the reason why she's doing this is because, and she was treating everything with kid gloves, is because her backstory is she was engaged to be married. She planned a wedding, a destination wedding in the Caribbean or whatever. And then her fiance's mistress reached out to her and basically, snitched that she was fucking her husband or soon to be husband. So she broke up with him, and it was like last minute. So she ended up going on, her and all her friends and family still went on the destination wedding trip, had a blast. So now she's like, yeah, but I'm like, well, you tell your friends, you told your mom. Yeah, she told her mom, she told her sister, they're thrilled, but you're waiting to tell your dad on the actual wedding day. That doesn't make sense.
So they all know, and so then they're keeping.
Everybody knows that she's getting married in a week, 2 weeks, except Daddy. Daddy's going to find out next week.
That to me is a character flaw. That you should look at that and be like, tiny red flag.
Kristen reminds me of a combination of Lindsay and that crazy woman Beth. I forgot what city that was from. Beth that married the bald head guy. I forgot his name. That she was they were toxic with each other.
Was it?
Yes, the red hair one. Yes, together. They're still together. I can't believe they're still together. I just knew she was going to kill him, or he was going to kill her.
Oh, Beth. What's the line in the song? And it's like, "N loves a crazy bitch." What's from? Not Nicki Minaj. WAP. WAP.
Oh yeah, with her and Megan.
I want to see the line.
Listen,
but they love crazy hoes. They do.
They do. But we also have one other couple, because the other two we can wait until next week. Girl, Stacia and Nate. I can't wait.
That's
gonna be some fire.
So Stacia is rich. She got money. Yes, she's black, which is weird because I don't know what she looks like. She could be Latina, but I don't know. But her mother's straight up black with the Jesus cross on her, and I like her mother, but she's rich. She's got money. Huh?
Rich, and she doesn't know who her father, she was raised by her mother and her stepfather. She has no clue who her biological father is. Now let's talk to Nate. But wait a minute, wait till you watch it, because as I'm watching it, I'm at the point where Maury Povich needs to be brought into this bitch, because them two look alike. He doesn't know who his father is either.
That nose.
He was raised by his mom.
Look at that nose.
I think. No, wait. He was raised by a single dad. I'm lying. She was raised by her mother and stepfather. She has no idea who her biological father is. He was raised by his biological father because mom dipped. She didn't want to raise him or whatever. I don't know, whatever. She's gone. But I'm like, y'all might want to,
Oh, I don't know about that.
Talk
I just think so he's also kind of a little shady.
Yeah.
A little bit of a hustler. Like he was selling.
Well, he's a day trader, right?
Louis Vuitton bags when he was in like 16 at the barbershop type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I always learned how to make money, how to do this and the other. But I don't think he has much money. And I don't like these. He has little like.
Neither do I. Like little picninnies. I hate to say it. They look wrong. But he tightens up for the wedding.
Oh, good.
They said he's a day trader.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's a day trader, like when you think day trader, like that type of day trader. I think he's like on E-Trade, like, messing around with shit. Okay. Not like New York, not Steve. Wall Street day trading shit.
Like Steve day trader. Stephen Moy. He's more like.
No, he ain't no Steve. He ain't no Steve Moy.
Thursday for Friday.
Right. He's got a lot of things going, but he's kind of cleaned himself up.
But she seems like a lot. She seems like a lot.
Yeah.
She's 37. He's 34.
Yep.
Wow, she's 37.
She's like, I got to get kids in the next couple of years.
Yep.
Men are intimidated by my money.
Yep.
She had a discussion with her mother about. She's like, what about a postnuptial agreement? What if he says no to that? That's going to be an issue. That's going to be an issue coming up.
It's going to be an absolute deal breaker because I watched the after show and she was on it. And Rudy Huxtable asked her, they showed the clip of her mom saying, are you going to get a postnup? And she was like, yes, I'm going to get it. He's going to have to sign a postnup. And her mother was like, if he says no, she's like, then this isn't going to work. And Rudy Huxtable flat out asked her, are you still holding to that? What if he says, your wedding is coming up? And are you going to bring it up? She said to her, are you going to bring it up at the wedding? She's like, I might. She's like, because, I have no problem. I'll go on a first date and ask him what his credit score is. She just rolls all these questions out. And she's like, yeah, I'll ask him. And she's like, and Rudy Huxtable was like, if he says no, she's like, well, then if he says no on decision day, I say no. She was straight up with it. She's like, then I say no.
But for some reason, I think he's slick. I don't know if he does well with women. It seems like he does well with women. I don't know. He just seems kind of oily to me. There's something about him. I'm like, he doesn't seem like Justin is like this. He's just like a nice guy and like this and that. But Nate seems kind of snaky,
like a wannabe. Like he comes across to me as like a wannabe. Like he talks a good game, but he's not on the level that he thinks he is. And I think he says he's okay with a woman making more money than him, but I have a feeling when he first sees her, he's going to be floored because he's going to like what he sees. And he's, the attraction level is going to be there. But I think as time goes on and he realizes that she is way the hell out of his league, career wise and financially, that's going to be a little too intimidating for him because she is not going to crack. She has already made no bones about it. She ain't cracking when it comes to that.
What does she do for a living?
She is in real estate, and she owns several properties. She's purchased several homes and buildings that she rents out and leases or what have you. But she also works for a realtor company, so she makes good coin. She ain't struggling.
Yeah. Oh, and then her parents are rich.
No, her parents are not rich. She emancipated herself. She emancipated herself at 17 because her mother, she was in high school on the volleyball team or whatever team, I forgot what sport, I think volleyball, and her mother and stepfather wanted to move and take her. She changed schools and she's like, I'm not leaving. So she legally emancipated herself and moved in with a teammate. And so she's been on her grind, and she said that she grew up broke, like her mom and stepfather didn't have no money, so she was tired. She didn't want to be that person that as she got older, she was like, I'm tired of being like, I want that, but I can't. We can't afford that. Like we ain't got McDonald's money shit. You know what I mean? So she was like, I don't want that life. I want to. If I see something I want, I'm going to buy that. And I'm like, go ahead, girl. I love her. She's confident, but not like ignorant confident, like cocky confident. I like her, but I don't think that's going to work. I don't think he's going to be able to live up. I don't think he's going to be able to live up to that power couple that she wants. I don't think she's going to be able to do it.
What was your impression of her?
I liked her.
I don't know who to look out for when I start watching. So
I liked her as she seemed not high maintenance, but she seems very specific about what she wants. And she's the type of person that's probably the reason why she's 37 and single and not with looking like that with all that money is that she can't find a man. This is just conjecture that can level up to what exactly she needs.
Yeah,
who has his own money, who has his own thing, who's good looking, who works out, this whatever. She's set for a standard of what she wants, And as she was saying to herself, this is almost like a last resort for her to
Mm-hmm.
force her to get married, because what she's probably been choosing, either they were intimidated by her money or this, that, and the other, and she can't find someone to measure up to what she wants.
Yep.
So this is almost like a last resort. I think Gil would have been good for her.
I was going to ask you, did you think
Gil? I think Gil would have been. I think Gil. Well,
no.
At least how Gil looks, or his temperament as being nice and understanding. But you're, Tanya, I think you're right about the money aspect. You got to have a dude who's going to be like okay with her being the breadwinner for the time being and not affect his ego.
Right.
You know? Now, if I had a multi-million-dollar woman that wanted to be my sugar mama, I could deal with that. You know, I could easily let her make all the money and me just be there and take care of our flowers together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, so I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. Let's go to the next one. One.
The next one is
Miguel.
We've got Lindy and Miguel. Miguel, they're weird.
And she talks like this, and she's all, you know, she was in a Seventh-day Adventist. Yeah, and she talks a lot, and she's like this, and she's really kind of
Seventh-day Adventist.
She was raised as a 7-day Adventist.
And you're not allowed to have sex before anything. And then she had a one-night stand, and this and the other, and she's the judgment. She's a lot.
She is. And then you have Miguel. Miguel is a total nerd in that
he's a scientist.
No, Miguel, he's a medical writer, I believe. Okay. And like a scribe. And
Dungeons and Dragons.
He's into Dungeons and Dragons. And like when I say into Dungeons and Dragons, like he's him and his crew like legit dress up like in the Dungeons and Dragons, and
he writes poetry.
Yes.
They're both weird.
Yeah, they're very weird. So I don't know how that's going to work out for them. I'm in watching her and watching him. She might be a little, because he seems a little quiet and a little, I shouldn't say aloof, but he's just not out there. And she strikes me as she's going to be one of those ones that's going to be like, and he's going to be like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. But they look like if there's any couple out of this 5, because in watching them all, I was like, none of them are going to make it on decision day. But if there's one that I had to pick that I think might make it, it would be Lindy and Miguel.
Okay, I could see that.
And that's all I got to say about them, because I have to wait and see, because both of them, with the exception of Lindy being raised as a Seventh-day Adventist and Miguel just being all into Dungeon Dragon, they're just very weird. I need to see them at their wedding, and I need to see them interacting. And that's all I got to say about them.
The last couple, I know her, but I forgot who he is.
Morgan and Ben, not Benny, excuse me. Yeah, Morgan is the nerd.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this one.
So that's not going to work.
He's like,
I'm going to say this real quick. That ain't going to work at all.
Yeah, he's an
engineer,
very parsimonious with his money.
He's cheap as fuck. Let's just call it, because some people don't know what parsimonious is.
Niggardly, which is that's
right. That's the word.
It's in the Bible.
Right.
Listen,
with his money, and she likes to travel and this, that, and the other. But he's saving up so he can retire at 40 something.
Yes, he's smart. He's very smart, and I think if he doesn't strike me that he's going to be like a Jose with the money, with the board and all that. He's not. Although he has like a spreadsheet and a paper that and he cuts coupons and stuff. I think once they have a conversation about why he's doing what he's doing, then I think she'll get it. That he's like, I just want to retire. Like, he's an engineer. He gets no purpose from being an engineer. It's just the money for him. And because he's Asian, and that's in that culture, your Asian parents want you to either be an engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer. So he's an engineer. So that makes him his money. That's what's going to retire him. But he also has a heart and he wants to give back. So he's traveled to Peru and he's volunteered over COVID. He traveled to Peru and volunteered and, you know, helped people out. And he wants somebody like that. Her being a nurse, I'm sure she'll have that gene, but then again, maybe not.
Lindsay.
The only thing that I see that them with having in common is the fact that they both are into their fitness. Like he is a personal trainer, he learned how to be a personal trainer through COVID. And that's what he does on the side. And she's into fitness. She does Muay Thai. I'm so sorry if I said it wrong.
That Muay Thai thing. I think that's a sham.
She kicked her friend's tooth out. You saw that when she told the friends that she was getting married, and her girlfriend was sitting there with a chipped tooth, and the girlfriend's like, "Yeah, she's into the fitness because last week we were doing the Muay Thai together, and she chipped my tooth by kicking me in my mouth."
So what is it, and why do you think it's
her body don't look like?
No, it doesn't. I agree with you. Her body doesn't look like she does Muay Thai on a regular basis.
Why do you think it's a scam? I'm lost. You said you think the exercise thing is a scam, or do you think that she's?
I think she does do Muay Thai. I think she does, but I don't think she's. I mean, she's not like in shape. She's in okay shape, but you know when they say
she's average,
he's like ripped.
Oh,
yeah, physical. He's a trainer. Okay. He's ripped. Which I would think that yes, they can do physical activity together, but I don't think she's like.
No, she's not, because they showed her doing some Muay Thai moves, and albeit she knows what she's doing, I give her that, but I think she's not. She's physically, you know, appearance wise, she's not on his level when it comes to as far as the skill. I will say that she's a nurse. She's
they're not an attractive couple.
You know, she makes good money. She's Japanese heritage. So she's like, I think her father must be American.
I was going to ask.
But her mom is Japanese. So they got that, that culture thing, or, you know, Vietnamese. I'm sorry. He's from Vietnam. I think they'll have that, you know, that their culture, but other than that, I don't think anything. He wants his mother. He's made it very clear. He is very close to his mother. He said that he wants every girl that he's gone out with, he's basically judged them off of his mom. And you can't do that. I'm sorry. I mean, you may want some characteristics like, you know, kindness or whatever from your mom that you get from your parents, but he wants his mother, and it's weird. And I don't think she's not his mother because she's out there. So I don't know how that's going to plan out. I'm on the fence with them, but I'm on the fence. The fence is leaning like after a storm, like this is about to go down. They ain't going to make it. That ain't going to work. Lindy and Miguel are the only ones out of the 5 that I think at the end they probably will make it.
Justin and what's her name? They both want to be married, but I don't know about.
They're not going to work. No.
Justin and the two.
Justin and Alexis. Yeah, they're not going to work. No. Why I'll be surprised if they work because I think I don't know. She wants her linebacker. She got the height, but the height was too tall. You know, she kept saying, "Well, that's way too tall." Whatever. I think his softness. I think his feminine ways. She wants a dude. She wants a rah-rah dude. She's made it clear. She wants that linebacker that's going to be like, "Come here, woman." He's not that. He does yoga.
He'd be like, "Come on, woman, let's go shopping."
Yeah, hey girl, let's go shopping. She's not going. No, she don't want that. No, I don't want that.
Well, it's what's interesting about here. This is what's interesting about it, is because she's 6'1", and most women that I know that are 6'1", that are bigger, larger women, but taller, larger women, are so used to making themselves small and wanting to feel smaller, and because they're always so much bigger than someone who's 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", they kind of want to make themselves small, which is why she wanted someone bigger than her, taller than her to make her feel like she's 5'3" and he's 6 feet or 5'10". So that dynamic of, I just want someone who's just going to be like, I got you. Like when they come after, I got you. You can stand behind me. I'm tall and you can't see me. As opposed to if he's 5'9", babe, look over my head. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Yeah. So that dynamic of that, I think she wants someone who's going to be like, it doesn't have to be aggressive, but just bigger than making her feel feminine, small, that type of attitude. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I still don't think it's going to work. I still don't think I don't think he is manly man.
All he has is the height. Now, if she had someone like Peter Dinklage, who has some balls on him, who's like, come here, you little fine 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean come over there? For what?
Because Peter Dinklage has got some swagger.
Yeah, I may be 3'8", but come on. She's like,
oh, well. 3'8".
And that brother got swagger, because I tell you what, listen.
Peter Dinklage he's got swag.
I date him. I go out with him.
But that attitude, if even if someone was 5'10" and shorter than her, but had that attitude, they had that swag, I think she'd be much happier than just being tall. Just being tall is physical elements, but not the, because a lot of times with being tall as a man, you can have more of a, if you're a linebacker or you're a ball player, you can have more that type of thing.
He just looks like a spider to me. I'm sorry. It's like it's Justin.
He looks like,
because he's so skinny. Like he's tall.
The Nick Young meme. He goes like this,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's like, he just looks like a spider. Like if he's so thin.
He's gangly.
He's really gangly. Like if he would have do one of these things, I'd be like, oh, get away from me. I mean, like, dude,
dress him in red and put him in front of a car lot, he'd be perfect.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, one of those things that in the store.
Sir.
The check cashing places. When the liquor stores and check cashing places have those things.
Can I ask you both a question then? Since you guys watched and you got to know the couples, do you think there was a better vetting this season, or does it?
I think so. They communicated that right off the rip. Pastor Cal was like, we did extensive personality testing and psychological evaluations. They made it very clear that they went above and beyond.
The reason why I asked, go ahead, Chris.
No, but that being said, even if we disagreed with Boston personalities, they still got 4 couples out of 5 or whatever.
They were fake, though. They were fake.
But still, they said yes.
Yeah.
Even though none of them are working out, they got to the point.
The one that we all said would work out, which was Katina and Olajuwon, all the others were fake.
Well, Steve and Noe.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting about them.
We still don't know. We still don't know because they're being very cryptic on the internet.
But I'm saying that there was, but even if we were like, no one's perfect, I could see they got 4 out of 5, which is
right.
The track record.
Themselves on the back. But the reason why I asked too is you're talking about the 2 tall people. Maybe she could be mature. She said, "I just want tall." But maybe in a personality interview or a test or, extensive background, they say, she needs this from a man, a guy. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe if they ask the right questions, he could be what she needs, not what she thinks that she wants.
We will see, because the only thing I got out of that was that he was tall. And I think when they were doing the selection, when they had all their little pictures there and shit of the people that, who I think would be good for her? She wants her tall. Justin, because he's 6'8". He's tall. He's what she wants. And I'm like, no, that's not what she wants. There's more to it than him being just tall. Read the room, honey.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I hope that they've done better.
I mean, I think that on paper, I think they matched Stasha and Nate well because off of him. Like, she wants to be a power couple, and he is okay with her making more than him, and he is okay with her being that boss bitch and handling her business, and he wants the same thing. He wants, to be a power couple. She wants somebody that she doesn't care if it doesn't make as much as her. She wants that drive and ambition, and she wants someone, if he doesn't have, if he has that drive and ambition, she's going to be his cheerleader. But we'll see. She made it. She communicated that. But we'll see once they get together. One last thing I'm going to speak on this, and then I'm done, is Lord, fellas, y'all need to pick a better a variety of suit, or a better type of suit, because the suit that, I don't know, maybe I'm just showing my age here, but I am a classic person. When it comes to tuxedos, I need that shit to be a basic classic tuxedo, black, blue, gray, whatever, but it needs to be solid. This Justin suit, it's my age, because with the high waters, the tight pants, the high waters, and the flashy jackets, and then the suit that Nate ended up picking. They only showed Justin and Nate picked their suits. The suit that Nate picked, I was like, what am I watching? The Last Dragon, bro? Because I thought he was going to put on some Chinese slippers and start throwing some damn, what do you call them things? Ancient Chinese stars. Because his suit was and he thought he was the king dingaling. He came out, he's like, oh, this is the one. Yeah, this is it. And I'm like, no, bro, that's not it. And where's your family and your friends? They should be telling you, get your ass back in that room and change. Because that is not the look. This is your first impression to this woman that you have never met in your entire life. I know. And you were going to come out there looking like that. He looked like a whole ass clown. Somebody has got to wear a class. I mean, come on. Some producer should have said, if I was a producer, I'd have been in the background like, Nate.
They all seem to pick, like, really. Yeah, and it might be an age thing. I don't mind some color. I really don't. And some of them, I like a guy sometimes in a nice blue plaid or whatever. But yeah, they do go above. And
it was so extra. And I'm not a fan of the tight suit. That whole European, I know it's a whole European style with the high waters and no socks, wearing the loafers. But do you getting married? Don't come to me with that bullshit. That's just me. But then again, I'm not married, so I don't care. Anyway,
younger men that seem to do it.
Yeah, that's the young boy shit. Not middle-aged men shit. No, I don't care how great of a body you have. That's not middle-aged men shit. Sorry, not sorry. That's all I got. I don't know. You guys want to, Chris, you have anything to add as far as
We'll see. Just cut down on the oh my God.
They got to cut down on the hours. Yeah. We'll have more content next week, folks. We're back. We missed y'all. So until next week,
watch the Upshaws on Netflix.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch Upshaws with Chris.
Oh, well, spill your tea, brother. Spill your tea.
I'm recurring on Upshaws on Netflix,
and it's on friggin'
Upload season 2 on Amazon Prime, and still Hollywood Star Girl Disney Plus.
Okay, that finger, sir.
I know.
And you just did a Hollywood, what is it?
Curling.
You did the Hollywood curling. Are they going to air that, or is it going to be online or anything, or is it something you just did?
But I'm a curler now. No, it's just a celebrity tournament. They just had to come in and just do it. It's fun though. It's really fun.
But y'all gotta watch the Upshaws though, because the Upshaws is absolutely fucking incredibly hilarious. I was pissing myself laughing. Huh? What'd you say, Cheetah?
Both seasons. You binged both. I only watched.
Yes, I binged both. Yeah, I watched both. Between yesterday and this morning, I am done. So I'm sitting here patiently waiting for the remaining episodes of season 2, and then for season 3 to come back. And I have to say, I texted it to them this morning, but I'm just going to put it out there. I had my little proud mama moment. He's our family. He's our brother. We love him. We love us some Chris. But it's like when he popped up on the screen, I was still in bed watching it, and I sat up in bed and I was like, rewind. I'm like, oh, this is Chrissy. like getting all misty-eyed. I was all like getting all misty-eyed, like Hercules, Hercules. I had to rewind it back like 100 times.
And I was like, oh my God, you're so fat. Because that was in January.
Yeah.
And I was 15 pounds heavy, 16 pounds heavier than I am now. So
yeah, I noticed that because we see you. We see you when we have our FaceTime calls. And I noticed that too. I was like, oh, Lord.
So that'll help more that I don't, as Larry the loser doesn't have as much food, less food.
It's a great show. Great show.
Right, you don't know when the next season.
I don't know when the second half of the season comes out.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right. Until next week, y'all. We're back. So
bye.
Bye.